Oh, I didn't see you there. Sorry, I was just in the middle of taking some notes. Um, uh, yeah, we'll start. I just need to finish something. There it is. Studying isn't a glamorous activity. I don't know what I was gonna say. It is not a glamorous pursuit. It is important nonetheless, but it's just very time-consuming project and an especially difficult thing to do when it's extraordinarily difficult to focus your attention to something for any amount of time, actually. There's too many other important things to think about. Sorry, this was supposed to be the opening shot to a movie that I filmed during the Oscars, during the 3 hours or so that the Oscars run. What happened? I was filming the last scene first, which was just a random idea that I had, so it didn't matter too much, but it was just a song that I've, with a simple guitar part that I came up with. It's probably not original, but who cares? Nothing's original. And so it was just one of the songs that I wanted to practice, because I don't know a lot of songs on guitar, even though I make music. I don't know a lot of songs that I can sing and perform at the same time. And I can play the guitar part and sing the vocals at the same time. It just takes a lot of effort to think about the strum pattern. And it'll mess up my singing the lyrics unless I've gotten into the habit of more of the strum pattern enough so that it just comes naturally. Or I can kind of make the vocals line up with the strum pattern and with the chord changes more to make it easier. It's kind of what I did when I was singing a knot at the beginning of what was that called? How to Be Alone in 12 letters. Yeah, so I was recording me performing that, I guess, and I recorded for almost 20 minutes because I was just talking a lot to avoid getting into it. I I didn't think it was going to be good because I haven't practiced it in a little bit, maybe recently, but even just performing anything on camera just makes it a lot harder, even though I'm alone, it just makes it a lot harder. Because it has to be right. It has to be right the first time, I guess. And it has to flow without me making a mistake and correcting myself. It has to just flow, which hasn't been something that I normally limit myself to. It's just something that I feel like I should accomplish every time I turn on the camera, so that makes it a lot harder. Anyway, when I was filming that scene, I didn't turn on the microphone, the lav microphone. This time I did turn on the microphone, so let's see if it's better this time. Anyway, filming at my mom's house, she got a puppy, and so sometimes he barks and she has to yell no at him. So normally I would take the camera's audio, because I don't think it's that bad, I guess. I've had much worse audio, and as long as you can hear what I'm saying, I don't really care if there's too much background noise, but you can always EQ out background noise to a degree. But I haven't used lav mics before, so this is a perfect time to try. I normally would use my audio recorder and just hide it somewhere. That way I get all the audio, like even the ambient sound. I just mostly would have to match that up shot to shot. I just put audio transition so the ambient sound doesn't get too roughly matched up. So that I shot for 20 minutes and I'd already been like a half hour late to start the project, because I haven't done a whole lot of projects recently, and I'm always reluctant to start because I never think it's going to be good, because to be fair, it isn't good, and it's not going to be good for a while, but that's all the reason to try and to start as soon as possible, because the sooner you start, the more you learn and get better. And the more you convince yourself that it's not as difficult, it's not as uphill of a process as you expect. It's a process that once you get some solid ground under you, you develop a confidence, and I don't know, it becomes more natural. And when you haven't done something for a while and you don't do it regularly, it just doesn't feel natural. It just feels super fake. But that's what movies are, and to a degree. And they need to be. I gave up on the project after I shot that first scene that was supposed to be the last scene of the movie. I just didn't think, I felt terrible, and I didn't think I'd have the energy, I didn't think I'd really want to continue with the project after that. Hope my camera isn't overheating. normally would by now. So my idea was just to continue with the ideas that I've had recently, ideas that I've had for this movie, and just shoot some scenes to practice and not to have a specific purpose, because then it just puts a lot more pressure on me if I need to scrounge a movie out of this rather than just get some practice, because then I don't have to commit to anything. So yeah, that's where we are. I'm gonna end this scene because I'm sure my camera is very sad right now. I'm just gonna plug her back in and make more shit. Didn't go too far over. Okay, bye, I guess. I am continuing a about 1 minute and 10-second video I made recently, in which I was also here, and I was this character is purchasing a guitar from another character. I can't remember how to do this character's voice. But the other character was just throwing spitting bars on a bunch of guitar lingo, and to someone who wouldn't know the guitar lingo that I barely know, they wouldn't understand that what he was just trying to say is, if your fingers aren't used to it, it's gonna hurt. And this guitar, especially because the action is so high, would definitely hurt your hands as a beginner guitar player. And then my character just says, I don't care. I just, here's some money. Give it to me. So here's what the next scene is. If it ended with me actually with this character I'm dressed up as actually being able to buy the guitar, and this would have been the next scene. And I was also considering, because I was back at my dad's house for a while, I was considering just doing a different scene, making it about something completely different, because I didn't have this guitar back at my dad's. So I was gonna be like, oh, it didn't accept my bargain offer, so it didn't accept how little money I actually had to pay him. So I went off without a guitar, and then I found a different guitar in the streets, and it was cursed because nobody can have anything for free, because that's the lesson. And so this is the next scene. So you only would know if I cut in that scene, but I wouldn't be able to cut that scene in if this went to a movie for the challenge, because I didn't film that also tonight on Oscars night. So now you know. This is the next scene. Don't remember what this character sounded like, but we're gonna give it a go. God. God. Yeah, I don't really know where I was going with that. But the joke was I was playing Wonderwall and also my fingers hurt, but I didn't always act like it. Well, hello. Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. You are now on a GoPro. This is me talking live, even though you probably can't see me when I'm talking. And what we're doing right now is we're gonna, because I'm hungry, we're gonna get some eating ASMR videos out of the way just early enough, because you guys deserve it. Also, my camera is on my neck, and I have a hat in the camera thing, so that it is choking me, so that you guys can get a more accurate first-person view. Learn that from Hardcore Henry behind the scenes. Yeah. So let's see if I can still swallow while being choked a little bit. Yeah. Everybody's having a good time. I might have forgotten to mention that it does sometimes take an extraordinarily a long time for me to chew things. This camera is not going to stay put, but who needs it to anyway? I hope to God nobody sees this part of the footage, because why would they want to? But I think we're developing something here. I think we're accomplishing something. We're not quitting. And that's some kind of accomplishment. Into the one on the wall, I didn't want to hear it all. So I got this sweater at an internationally-ish it was a vintage fest. Interesting. It was at an international convention center, and it was a bunch of vintage shit. I went there with my mom. She bought this particular sweater for me, and because I was too scared and to go up to the person, I did buy the other stuff that I bought. Not a whole lot of stuff, but it doesn't matter. I really like this sweater. I like sweaters in general, but I have very specific tastes, I guess. I have stuff that I think looks good that isn't trendy or what anyone else in particular might think is good. It's just I like those patterns. I don't know why I'm saying this. I'm stretching it out right now because it shrunk in the wash, and tried to wash it on tap cold, but that was not apparently cold enough. I learned recently. I mean, I knew that cotton things shrunk in the wash, but I didn't know it was specifically the combination of heat and wet that makes it shrink, makes the particles get closer together. So you can stretch it out again, but you're supposed to wash it with wool safe soap, and like hand wash it in cold water. And I don't know how to do that exactly, so that's more research and more work. But anyway, it's warm. I like warm sweaters. It's also a little uncomfortable right on the skin. Feels weird. Feels a bit rough. fuck, fuck. But she's just an attention seeker. Don't pay any mind. All I want is attention. Do you have to check the price? Is every interaction I wasn't born run down and ragged, but we all have an appetite. If attention is too much to ask for, well, maybe one shot might not be in focus, but who cares? I don't need to be in focus. I wanted to do a segment, one of the random ideas about just making a song. I'm running a little short on time here. So I'm not going to do it on my computer like I planned. I'm just gonna focus on my keyboard so that there's as few variables as possible. We only need a melody or a chord progression. We only need any idea, and that's a song. C major 7? Yes. C dominant 7. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Let's find a better sound. Why it's so quiet? Is one of my favorite pianos. But what else could we try? Sorry, I don't talk a whole lot. I'm just remembering very basic things and trying to turn them into something vaguely original, but like as earlier we discussed, there is no originality. Everything's been done before, but maybe I can do it at a slightly faster tempo, and then I can say I did a different thing. It's new, hasn't been done before. Let's get a better angle on the GoPro. Didn't even mention the GoPro, but we are getting first person shots with the GoPro to help you see the keyboard a little better. Don't know how well that's gonna work. Don't know if it's too close to the GoPro to focus on it. I don't know, but that's what we're doing. Okay, only got a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna shoot a final-ish scene. So say it with me. I think I was just reading it like yesterday that the major pentatonic is 1 3 5. No, I don't think it's right. I thought it was 1 3 5 6, maybe 1 2. Wait. 1 2 3 5 6. And so I'm fairly certain it's just, the melody is just that scale, if that is the right scale. Let's assume it is, because I'm not going to waste any more time. Yeah, something like that. That's a song. Close enough. When I was without you, baby, please, damn it, baby, please come home. It's something weird. When I was down, I was when I was down, I was without a worry. When I went home, I was without you, baby. Don't come back. When I was out, I was rain spout and birds become mine. When I had no idea who I was, I knew you were mine. I knew I was no one. Great. I started the audio that time. So I got 5 minutes left, maybe 4. So I tried to be quick. Wanted an ending to this video. Can't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, it was great. I wanted to ask ourselves the question: Why did we do this today? Why did we do anything at all when we could have just given up on our dreams? That always seems the viable option, and given to decay. But I do think a time limit for making projects in general is beneficial to me. Usually I don't look forward to anything that's scheduled, but if something is scheduled, and limited enough, I feel like I can start to try to enjoy myself the rest of the time, because right now I don't watch a lot of shows when I'm by myself. I don't play a lot of games. I do sometimes, but anytime I do, most of the time I can't enjoy it because I feel like I'm neglecting to do something important, and that could be anything related to getting a job, learning coding so that I can do something so that I can work from home, because I can't drive, because it makes me really uncomfortable. And I want to allow myself to not do that, and to not just strive to do things because I feel like everybody else can. I want to do what's right and comfortable for me. So the best thing I have for me is working from home and coding, because obviously this isn't going to make me much money for a while, and I don't even really want to do the things that would make me money. I especially don't want to even recommend this channel to people that I know, because I don't want to put anybody through watching me talk about random shit for a while. At least I don't want to recommend it until I can get stuff to a better quality, and I can't do that unless I actually practice stuff. So what my plan is to say that every weekend, a day in the weekend, I'm going to pick 2 or 3 hours and just devote it to projects. It could be doing whatever comes into my head at any given time. Or if I have ideas that I've been thinking about through the week and I write that down or make a bit of a script, and then I'll focus on making a short during that time, and it can go over if I still have the energy to do it. But when I'm doing it, even if I don't want to, I can always look forward to it being over. That's the thing. Okay, we don't got much time left. Thank you for watching. Thank you for wasting your time on me. Okay, bye, losers. So this one is not going to have any metronome backing. When I recorded the intro to How to Be Alone, which was the first song on the album that I released at the same time, a shitty album, but I learned to make music by making music, and if I don't show it to anybody, then I don't know, defeats the purpose a little bit. And I don't have many people who I would want to just send the songs to, so I just have to hope that somebody can relate to it and understand that it's not that great, but it's still what I was feeling at the time, and it's still valid of an emotional expression, I guess, and as in using art to express myself. So I'm not listening to a metronome right now. I'm really just trying to sing and play a non-uniform strum pattern at the same time, which is a challenge for me because I don't practice it very much. So let's go again. I'm gonna sit differently so that I'm not incredibly uncomfortable. How about that, God? It's not gonna work.
not going to